Alright, so yeah, I did have a quick look at the recording, and it looks fairly okay. I won't be able to meddle with recording, with the encoding settings for the recording whilst streaming, so I'll just leave it as it is and deal with it between sessions. Well, that's fine. Didn't see anything wrong with the recording just now. Oh! Jesus. As if it wasn't already warm enough. It's now trains are out for me. Right, so what about this Roboport thing? Yeah, I think we'll just put another Roboport here and be done with it. So, belts. Also clean up just a little. I think 250 is more than enough. Right, here we are. Without belts. Oh yes, of course. I totally forgot our complete and utter consumer of belts, which is this guy. Ooh, what? Oh god. Oh god. I didn't even notice. Oh god. No, this is... Yeah, all of the wagons here now have one full row of unassigned slots. That's very funny. Alright, let's, yeah. I think we'll just leave it be and deal with it later. As I said, one thing at a time. We have a lot of problems here. Which just means, essentially, a lot of things to fix. Right, so I will put this like so, and then tear down all of that. Same thing here. And there. I will keep these running down. Now I wonder, there was something in the patch notes about inventory and control clicking and shift clicking, and I didn't entirely understand it, but I did somewhat hope that it was related to, it would be related to, well, this trashing items, but apparently it isn't. Right. There's also a blueprint book. Let's try that. Right, so the blueprint book. Right mouse button to open. Okay. Let's continue on with the inserter research. So that's a blueprint book. Right mouse button to open. When in cursor, shift and mouse wheel up for next, shift mouse wheel down for previous. Let's try that. So we just place blueprints in this. Right. And then we put it into this one. Ah. Oh. Oh, that's nice. Alright, I'm a little concerned with the size of this thing, but it will be enough for the foreseeable future. Well, that's a very nice, very, very nice addition, as pretty much with all things in this patch. Alright, so let's take this part of it and paste it. Where do we paste it? Exactly there. No, maybe not. That's better. And then we obviously don't want you to filter by iron ore, but copper ore. And then that will be our copper unloading. Number 2. Well, I think we're probably up to version 3 or 4 by now, considering the one-sided approach in the beginning and then upgrading that. Oh, and there's another small issue here. Just for symmetry. Alright, that looks about correct, I have to say. Yeah, I really could stand here and watch this thing just work all day. But alas, that's not what we came here to do. Let's make a little bit of room in our inventories. One construction bot that we don't need for ourselves. And also, that's another thing. You probably already noticed this, but I didn't specifically mention it. If you have power armor in this patch, you also get additional inventory size. So the basic, what's it called? Basic modular armor, I think it's the name. Yeah, that one, modular armor, gives you 10 additional slots. Then Power Armor Mark 1 is 20 slots and Mark 2 is 30. That's a nice compromise, I find, between this and just having the larger inventory one. Because, well, in the late game you often have situations where you have just a ton of different items and no room. Alright, so I think that's all that needs to be said about trains, train lines and unloading stations. If we ever end up needing more capacity on the stone and coal unload, I think I'll upgrade those as well. But for the time being, they're perfectly functional as they are. Just relics from the past. So, what next? I think it would be nice if we could finish these iron lines, because I feel we've been, or mainly I, have been tiptoeing around this for way too long. But the fact that we are essentially capable of doing 4 blue belts, but I never quite did it because we never had the demand. But I think we will soon. So let's try and get there incrementally. One thing I'll definitely want to do is upgrade... upgrade this bit, because that most certainly is a bottleneck. There we go, and that should also allow us to have some more throughput down here. No, apparently it doesn't. Oh, of course, because we also are producing yellow inserters for the green signs. But this looks about alright, I have to say. Red signs also not looking too good. Why is that? No, we are... yeah, we're producing it as fast as we can, we're just not producing it fast enough. Or should I rather say we're producing it as efficiently as we can, which is to say not fast enough. So just slamming a couple assembler upgrades on the problem should do us, I think. Now here's the same problem with science pack number 3. Yeah, but I think it's quite alright the way it is. Alright, so what would we... Before we get into this whole iron thing, I think I want to take a look at producing inserters in greater numbers. So let's get to work on that. This down here hasn't been needed for a long time. Oh god. There must be a way to speed this up without mods. Probably just not seeing it. Right, there you go, and then we can essentially unpower the Roboport. There you are. Jason Winstanley. What a clever play of words. Alright, so we want this to expand down here, which we obviously cannot do if there's disgusting grass in the way. So let's grab some concrete to alleviate the situation. Concrete must be one of the few things that we do have in abundance. And as usual, I'm severely outrunning my logistics bots. Oh, that's alright, they did sign up for this after all. It's kind of funny in a anti-robot sadistic way. Oh, you're supposed to be able to pick these up now. 20 stone. So that's just one landfill right there. Interesting. Alright, let's put more stuff into the trash slots. I'm gonna be running around with these for a while, but who really cares? If we see a big swarm of robots, we'll just stand still for a moment. Allow them to pick this up. Right, we probably won't be needing excessive amounts of normal inserters anyway. Let's get rid of some of those low tier materials. Should also free up some space. Alright, I think that's good enough for me. Alright, in general, what do we need for inserters? It's mainly, gear wheels, iron plates, which is to say iron, and then green circuits and a very small amount of red circuits. And it's, if you look at it in the big picture, it's actually quite a large amount of green circuits. So one option would be siphon off this lane, which is just a half lane, but that's still 20 green circuits per second. Now we wouldn't be able to obtain like the perfect amount of productivity with this one, but do we really need it? I mean, no, I don't think so. So let's do it. Let's just take this, call this one the one side of the setup, and then we'll continue on the other end. And have iron and the thingies gear wheels on the other side. Right, how many of these are there? I want to do burner inserters. It would be 7. Now let's see, we can always move them around later. Editing blueprints, huh? How do you do that? You can delete things, alright. Can you also add things? If you can, I don't know how. But I can delete things, that's nice. Okay, what was I just going to do? Alright, so we need gear wheels on this. We also want a number of chains going on here. Now, I don't think burner inserters are really a thing we want to work with. We did abolish steam power, so there's no reason to use it there. We're also never going to do any large gun turret defense, which is pretty much the only other way I can see a burner inserter be useful. Well, maybe in some arcane counter system, but yeah. If we need one for that, we can probably craft it ourselves. It's not like we're going for any no handcrafting achievement here, which I have heard there is. Let's take a look. There's a lot of... I did use a console command which bars me from doing achievements. Oh, that's a shame. No, it won't be the last game that is being played on this channel post point 13. The last game of Factorio, I mean. Alright, so how do we do this? I think we can just go ahead and take iron in here from the top. Let's get on that. Like so. I don't know, I keep on rebalancing, but it doesn't really help. Oh, and also, side loading is now completely and utterly compressing belts, even blue ones. Which I find delightful, I have to say. Right, so that's you. And what you're going to do is produce gear wheels. You're going to take from here and you will output to there. Still 2-to-1 ratio. Alright, and now all we want and or need is just a line of upgrades. And also output if possible. Alright, let's see. Let's just play it by ear for a while and see what sticks. So I think this one could be inserters. Then we could do long-handeds over here and then fast and smart here. And then we need... yeah, we probably want to output long-handed. And these two as well. That shouldn't be a big problem, should it? Let's bring you over all the way. And we need 2 items from this lane. Yeah, well, it would be possible theoretically, but the perfectionist and aesthetic guy that's somewhere buried inside me doesn't want it to work that way. Alright then, what we'll do is gonna be just a little more involved. That's then, and then back here we'll do this. Same order basically, we'll just have these here and then stack and stack filter over there. And this will definitely work out power-wise. We need a 1, a 2, and a 1. Here we need just a 1, a 2. Probably do well with 2 inserters anyway. Yep, and this one's just... Yeah, as I said, I'm playing this by ear, and I'm not terribly interested in the amount of productivity that we have here, or efficiency, if you want to call it that. Okay, so this one's gonna output that way, you're gonna output that way, you're gonna output that way. No, you aren't. Oops. Currently thinking, I know, surprising, whether we want to set up another thing like with the belts over here, where we had the... Where are the belts anyway? Where we had this upgrade chain that requested low tiers and then went on to upgrade them. I don't think we really need that.